Hey everybody, it's the coach. This is Thursday Night Football on EA Sports. Straight ahead, 2016 NFL MVP Matt Ryan and the Atlanta Falcons face off against Drew Brees and the New Orleans Saints. With that, let's get over to the Mercedes-Benz Superdome with the call from New Orleans. Here are Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
And, Coach, we are down on the bayou as you get a look inside the Mercedes-Benz Superdome here in New Orleans. The setting in this dome just serves to amplify the excitement of the folks in New Orleans as their Saints burst from the tunnel a moment ago. They're set, and we're set as well as the Saints get ready to do battle with the Atlanta Falcons. I'm Brandon Gaudin along with Charles Davis. Charles, good matchup here. A couple of playoff teams from a season ago.
And just think about how the NFL works, partner. 8 teams that made the playoffs the year before didn't make it last season. So there's always going to be parity in this league, and guys have to be ready to go. Just because you made it the year before doesn't necessarily mean you're going to get back again.
On the return, here's Justin Hardy. And he'll be taken down just past the 20 at about the 21-yard line. So here come the Falcons now to get the football for the first time. It'll be Matt Ryan leading him under center, the 11th-year quarterback, 4-time Pro Bowler, and the MVP of the league in 2016.
What a season Matt Ryan had in 2016 where he led the NFL in so many different categories as a quarterback. Numbers dropped in 2017. But the team still qualified for the playoffs, took down the higher-seeded Rams in L.A. before losing a tough one in Philadelphia to the eventual Super Bowl champions. Matt Ryan, he makes them go in Atlanta.
Let's go.
They go play action here on first down. He completes it to Julio Jones. And they work this well upfield across the 45. A very solid gain of 27.
I know that's their first connection in this game, but you and I both know that Julio Jones is without a doubt his quarterback's favorite target.
Oh, yeah, Matt Ryan loves this guy, and who wouldn't?
Yeah, and the reason that he's that is because of his dependability. And quarterbacks have to have that from their receivers, meaning they know where they're going to be when they're running certain routes. They don't break them on them. They don't change them up and do their own freelance stuff and put their quarterbacks in bad situations. Matt Ryan has ultimate trust in Julio Jones.
On first down, Ryan drops it off for Coleman. And he gets it down to the 32. Call it a gain of 5. That'll make it second down.
I like it, I like it, I like it. Get everyone involved in the passing game, and you know you can create those great mismatches throwing it to your guys out of the backfield.
And on the first drive, that can also help establish some rhythm, right?
I think so. It gets everyone involved. They feel like they're part of it, and really gets them amped up as they go forward.
And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. It's a 4-yard pickup, and that is going to set up a 3rd and 1. And now a look at the Saints starting defense.
And the Saints got everything they want out of Marshawn Lattimore and more his rookie season. Yes, the NFL Defensive Rookie of the Year. But here's the best part. Didn't give up a single touchdown pass all season and made it very difficult for people to complete a pass in his area.
On 3rd and 1, Ryan. It's caught. Jones. And he will have the first down across the 20 to the 19-yard line. Ryan to Jones, the Falcon connection there for a first. How about the start throwing the football? 4 for 4 on this opening drive.
Oh, he's slinging it. And oftentimes when you talk about slinging it, you're thinking about a guy throwing it all over the yard, not necessarily accurately. In this case, though, he's honing in on his targets, and he's delivering.
Yeah, the opening script, however, they drew it up for this first drive, going to plan so far. They'll run for the first time with Devontae Freeman. And able to push his way forward here for a good little gain. Tackle there going to Marshawn Lattimore.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
Now Ryan on second down. That is caught inside the 5.
I'm going to jump forward.
It's a nice pickup of 12 yards, and it gives him 1st and goal.
His passing's been on point on this drive, hasn't it? Been very accurate, gotten the ball downfield, gained nice chunks of yardage. But now, in this situation, the field is really condensed, partner. So if he's going to throw the football, that could be pinpoint here.
And he will take it in for a Falcon touchdown. Devontae Freeman, a 3-yard touchdown run. And the Falcons take it all the way down the field and score on the opening drive. That's just a solid, methodical drive to start this game.
And how about how it culminated? Doing exactly what they wanted to do, getting the ball downfield, and then running it into the end zone. I'm just telling you, partner, when you run it in rather than throw it in, that hurts a defense psychologically a heck of a lot more.
Bryant tacks on the extra point, and that makes the score 7-0. So an 8-play drive covering 80 yards. And it ends in a touchdown run from Devontae Freeman. That'll be taken in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. So Bree's going to lead the Saints up here, 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. They'll run for the first time with Mark Ingram. And he'll get this one up to the 26. And Duke Riley will get credit for the tackle.
They'd love to just strike back with a touchdown right here, and if it's a long play, so be it. But the main goal, get a couple of first downs, run some plays, run some clock, allow their defense to get a chance to catch their breath, settle down, and relax a little bit after they just gave up a score.
Only a couple there as he'll be brought down about the 28.
Sometimes your philosophies get challenged at times you don't want them to. They did try to stick to the running game on the first 2 plays. Didn't amount to much.
And now facing a 3rd and long at the outset of this drive.
Ready. Yellow waiting, yellow waiting.
Now Breeze on 3rd down. And Thomas has it. Look at the spin.
Balance.
And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. A gain of 19 and picking up the first.
I know at the end of games, coaches always tell us that no one play won or lost a game. But this seems pretty important early, doesn't it? Their ability to pick up that first down on 3rd down, I thought that was key.
Well, you're already in the hole after the touchdown on the other side. How will you respond? We talk about that a lot. And they responded pretty well there. You go 3 and out, I think you give up a lot of momentum. You get down 2 scores, could be an entirely different game.
So they've got a nice drive going now. They're in good shape. What's interesting to me is they're also in that spot of the field where you would take a shot. Do you change that up just because you're down a touchdown?
Ready. Yellow waiting.
Breeze now on 1st down. He dumps it down to Ingram. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. 15 more there, and they're on a roll. It's another 1st down.
Nice little nifty play for him there. That's the ability to read a defense and utilize players that don't often get picked up in coverage easily. And I'm talking about being able to use the backs out of the backfield. Because I know that when I used to cover, hey, we got everybody up.
And the pressure gets to Breeze as he's taken down. Tech McKinley in there to drop him, and it'll be a loss of about 8.
And plays like that really hurt play calling. They had a really nice gain on the previous play, but gave about half the yardage back on the sack. Excellent pressure up front. Nowhere to go with the football. Down he goes.
And he's going to be met at about the 43. Up from his linebacker spot, Deion Jones making the play.
Partner, we know today's NFL is really built around the guy throwing the football. But these short runs, they still pay dividends because they can take their toll on a defense and they can add up as the game goes along. You control the clock, you control the ball, and that way you often control the game.
Give him 8 on the play, and that's going to make it 4th down.
And that was a nice catch, and if the goal was to get into field goal range, it certainly appears that they accomplished that.
Well, and sometimes that's what you dial up in these situations, right, when you want 3?
Well, if the goal was to get into field goal territory, even though it'll be a long attempt, I think they accomplished that.
And sometimes you have plays for that. It's not always a 1st down when you want 3, get a little bit closer, make it an easier shot.
Yeah, sometimes you just have to concede to the defense, and they know what you're trying to get done, and to try and get any more than that is almost folly. Take what you can get, maybe have an opportunity to put 3 points on the board.
And he'll take this one near the 25, call it the 26-yard line. So 1 quarter in the books here on a Thanksgiving night. 7-3 the score. We'll head back to New Orleans after this. Back here with Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. We've had the kickoff to begin the first quarter. Now it's time for this.
All right.
Brian will bring the Falcons up now, first and 10 at their own 26.
Some lead on this now.
Here's Ryan to throw. And Jones has it over the middle. And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40. First down yardage on the first play of the drive, 14 yards. If you're going to blitz, likely going to leave you in man coverage with this guy, and that is less than ideal.
It is, because just about any offense that has an elite receiver, if you blitz and have him in man coverage, you're going to him, even if he has an elite defender on him, because he knows where the ball is before the defender does.
Demario Davis there on the stop.
Perfectly designed blitz right there. They took that one from the grease board to the field because they were able to free up their linebacker to get into the backfield and spill the play.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And that play is blown up, losing yardage back at the 35.
Yeah, we're not going to be able to run the ball. That's
a
for
loss
sure.
of 4. Now third down.
But we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading a play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
Third and long. It's Ryan. And he's got Sanu. And he past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. That one goes for 24 yards. He's such a good route runner. Shows it there on third down. Very proficient and a good pass.
And you know what I've observed over the years in the NFL? The better a route runner you are, the more confidence your guy's going to have in you to go to you in important times, because he can trust you being in the right spot, and they connected there and picked up a first down.
Ryan in the offense with a 1st and 10, and he's completed all 7 of his passes thus far. Ryan on the handoff. It's Freeman. And little room to maneuver there. He gets it down about the 39. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
Damn it.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because when they're
Quick hitter. That's a
defensive
seafood.
linemen will take
Oh,
the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
And he only manages a couple here down to about the 38-yard line.
He's definitely tough to get down. We just saw it right there. But how about what we did see? Pursuit, wrap up, and then the big finish with the tackle.
On third down, Ryan. And it's complete. Hooper. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. They get 7 there, but it brings up 4th.
One hallmark of good defenses is understanding the game, understanding position,
What's up, Raven?
and tackling immediately in the secondary after catches. I think we just saw that on display right there.
Got to him before he ever had a chance to think about turning it upfield. So a field goal try here on 4th down as the Falcons called on Matt Bryant. This one from 48 yards away. And Bryant's kick is good.
Let's get it, boy. Let's get it, boy.
So chalk that down as an 8-play drive capped with a field goal.
Yeah, as a friend of mine used to say, they were moving and grooving for a while, but they couldn't keep the momentum going enough to get a touchdown out of it.
Oh, shit, I wasn't paying attention. Damn it.
Free kick out of bounds. Kicking team.
And that drives coaches insane, doesn't it? When they see that happen, it just doesn't feel
Automatic
right,
first
does
down.
it? Plus, you're giving up yardage.
Well.
So Bree's going to lead the Saints up here, 1st and 10 at the 40.
Ready. You waiting?
They'll run it now out of the gun.
Boy, where you going, boy?
Blown up. He'll lose yardage back at the 38. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be 2nd down.
Anytime you call an inside running play, you just know there should be a lot of congestion there. You're counting on your offensive line to take control of the line of scrimmage. That didn't happen in this case, and that play got bottled up.
Throwing over the middle, and it's incomplete. He was trying to get it that time to Ted Ginn, and it'll bring up 3rd down.
But one thing that I've liked defensively is that they've shown him a lot of different looks here in the first half. They've come after him. They've sat back. I think that's what you need to do to keep an offense guessing.
And they...
Wait a minute, ain't this dude hurt? Let me get him off the game, actually. Didn't they lose that linebacker for the whole year?
Have kept them on their toes. That's why they haven't had much success on the scoreboard. Pressure brought in, and the Falcons get there for the sack. Tack McKinley in there to get him for his 2nd sack of the night. And they weren't in zone coverage. They were in man, and each man did his job.
And that looked like vintage, old-school coverage, didn't it? Man coverage reminded me of an old Raiders team. They had a Hall of Famer at one corner and a Defensive Player of the Year at the other, and they just locked people down.
A good return there. Call it 13 yards. And the Falcons will be taking over, 1st and 10. Falcons coming back out here onto the field. This has been a team that's had an interesting season. The rough start, then they picked it up some. As you look in your crystal ball going forward down the stretch, what do you see for the Falcons?
Well, I think on the surface you would think the injuries are just too much to overcome on the defensive side of the ball. But the way they've been playing recently, they put everything on the offense, just asking the defense to do just enough.
I was winning. I'm winning right now. I'm playing as the
Matt Ryan can throw to Julio Jones, Mohamed Sanu, the rookie Calvin Ridley, Tevin Coleman and Ito Smith running it and catching it. They're starting to put up points in big numbers and making people chase them each and every game.
And they may want to start to pad some wins now because 3 of their last 4 in the regular season are on the road, including trips to Green Bay and Carolina. To throw is Ryan. And finding the tight end Hooper. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. A really nice pickup of 14 yards, and it moves the sticks.
I know the halftime's approaching, but I don't think he's going to want to take a break. That's his 5th catch.
Yeah, they've really been targeting the tight end. This is Freeman on 1st and 10. And just a short gain that time as they're able to get him down. Give him 3 on 1st down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7.
What's the old expression, 3 yards in a cloud of dust? In this case, it's dust-covered pellets. It's no longer that old grass that we used to play on, right, and chew it up. Now we've got...
This is caught inside the 15. And he is into the end zone for a Falcon touchdown. Julio Jones, 44 yards. And the Falcons will extend their lead.
That's how you do it, boy.
He's tough to contain as it is, but in man coverage with a pretty deep pass downfield, really tough to contain.
And it's so difficult because every play you've got to consider he might try and run past you. So your goal as a defensive back is to give him plenty of cushion, meaning lots of space between you and him. If he wants to catch the short stuff, come up and secure the tackle, hit him a bunch during the game, and try and keep him in front. Get to your head for a second. If your concentration wanes, he just takes off and goes. And I think that's what we just saw there.
Bryant's extra point up and good. And the lead is now 17-3. Here's Bosher to kick it away. That's fielded in the end zone. And he won't return this one. He'll go down to a knee, and they'll start at the 25. The football going back over to the New Orleans Saints and a team this year, Charles, that really took off after that Week 1 loss. For me, it all came together Week 9. You think back to that game when they beat the Rams, knocked off their undefeated streak to start the regular season. So now, are the Saints really Super Bowl winning contenders? I mean, do you put them in that category?
Oh, I certainly do, and I think people were wondering how they would respond this season after what happened to end last season, the Minneapolis Miracle, where they ended up giving up the touchdown pass in the last play of the game in the playoffs.
I didn't take him out, did I? It's a different saving. Oh, it's a different Jones, right? Oh, okay.
And when it started losing at home to Tampa Bay, many wondered if their psyche had really been affected, but they've regrouped since then. The defense is really playing well. And then there's always Drew Brees to Mike Thomas. And that has worked very well.
Well, since you mentioned Michael Thomas, and we talked about that win over the Rams, never forget going to get the flip phone, Mr. Michael Thomas, channeling his inner Joe Horn from back in the day. So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10.
Ready.
Shotgun now for Brees. He's going to float this one deep right. Oh, and a bad throw there. It's intercepted. It's Desmond Trufant.
Oh, man, Brandon, not a real good throw that time. It looked like he tried to put a little too much air under this one, and it turned into a floater. And defensively, this is a dream. He could have fair caught that one. That was way too easy.
Now Ryan. Ryan hit, and he lost the football.
Oh, no. Karma. I was trying to hold it to hit that big play.
All the meetings in this situation, I know exactly what quarterbacks are taught. Take care of the football. That's job one, paramount. Because you cough it up here, you might be giving up 6 points real easy.
Ryan stay fumbling, man. On the game and in real life. God damn it, mother.
They trot their offense out here. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive? Or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack him here. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. He was trying to get it to his running back, Alvin Kamara, and that'll bring up 2nd down. Some of the fans here don't seem too happy about what we've seen in this first half.
No, not at all, and I understand why. They've looked lethargic, out of sync, and it shows on the scoreboard.
Under review. After review of the play, the ruling on the field is reversed.
Less than 2 minutes to go in the game, which means that this challenge was initiated by the fellows in New York.
And if you're the coach, you're thinking, thank you, New York. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. The Saints going to call the first of their timeouts, as it'll come with 36 ticks to go in half number 1. 3rd and long now after the sack of Brees, and the Saints up against it here. Working from the gun, it's Brees. And that is incomplete.
Boy, you will not see a quarterback of his caliber miss on one like that very often.
We got time.
There it is, wide open.
We got 3 timeouts. We'll have, what, like 30 seconds? 25?
Back all the time.
If we can hit a big pass to start it, we can maybe at least get a field goal.
And Lutz puts this one through. And a second field goal here gets them back within 11 now. It's 17-6. So the 3 points here, they're still down, but they put somewhat of a dent into that lead going into the break.
Anything helps when you're trying to chip away at a lead, but they do know that they're going to need a little bit better effort in the second half.
And he'll bring it a few past the 20 to the 23-yard line. Matt Ryan and the offense heading back onto the field. He's played a pretty clean first half, a touchdown, no interceptions.
Frankly, that's what they expect out of him. They want to see the ball thrown and thrown well, and he's able to do that and put it in the end zone. They'd love to see more of that before this game finishes. But right now, he's got his team in a good spot.
A good spot, maybe looking for touchdown pass number 2 here in the second quarter. They're throwing to start the drive, but that one incomplete. So he can't hang on, and as I watch that unfold, I remembered an expression that I've heard, maybe from you, I don't know, but you're going to get hit anyways, might as well hold on to the ball.
Well, you know a coach said that, right?
Yeah. Not
an actual player. Not a chance at all. Way easier said than done.
Well, once again, they'll go from the 23-yard line on 2nd and 10.
Hey, express, got it.
Again on 2nd and 10, it's Ryan. He's got a man, complete. And now before this first down play, we're going to get a timeout here. As he'll stop it with 13 seconds to play in half number 1. So the big play gets him across midfield now for 1st and 10. Now Ryan on 1st down. Oh, a scrap for the football, and he's going to come down with it. Now a timeout taken. Perhaps a chance for one more quick play and then another timeout if they hurry. We'll see.
21. Gun.
Final play of the half. It's Ryan. And he's got his star receiver. It's Jones for the Falcon touchdown. Julio Jones in the final seconds of the first half. And the Falcons will add on to their lead.
And that's a lead that excites a team as they head into the
At least
half.
it might have
Good way to
still had
finish
like a
things
second
off.
Yeah,
if
able
it
to
was
extend
money
that
complete.
lead, and you always say
If we didn't get that, we could at least got a field goal like I was saying.
Yeah, it changes your morale, changes your outlook. But even before that, let's see if they decide to kind of squib kick or what they're going to do on the kickoff, because you don't want to give up a big play right before the half ends.
Good point. Bryant tacks on the extra point, and the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. Just a 4-play drive that time. And the end result, an Atlanta touchdown. Here's Bosher to kick it away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And not wanting to risk anything here late in the half, he'll just take a knee and they'll bring the football out to the 25. Final play of the first half, barring a penalty, as they come up on 1st and 10.
4 down. Alert. Ready.
And with time running short here, they'll simply take a knee, and that should do it for half number 1. So we've reached halftime here on a Thanksgiving night as we send you on over to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman in our EA Sports Halftime Report. Take it away, Coach.
What a rush yard.
In our game, it was the former MVP, Matt Ryan, with a strong first half. He's thrown for over 200 yards already, and his guys have the lead as well. As we get you back to Brandon Gaudin.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. That's fielded in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the...
Didn't need to see why that dude's still here.
Yard line. Out come the Saints now. They'll go on offense first here to begin the third quarter. They have the ball here for the inaugural drive of the second half. Pretty big deficit, though. We'll see what adjustments were made in that locker room.
And I never wanted to make something more important than it actually is, right? I don't want to create more hype than what is there. But this is I'm doing it, though. This is a really important drive. And we often talk about teams scripting plays to start a game.
If this gets out of hand here, I might switch over teams.
And they're scripting something that they expect to get them into the end zone and back into this.
And the Falcons get there. The Falcons get the sack. Down he goes. Jack Crawford. Busting through to get him for a loss of 6.
So one quick, easy analysis about why they've struggled so far. They keep putting themselves in third and long situations. They just took another sack right there.
Now the offensive film session tomorrow may be a little longer than it normally is.
Not a lot of positive grades will be handed out thus far.
The 21 yards there as they convert on third. On first down, Breeze. And the pressure gets to Breeze as he's taken down. Jack Crawford in there to drop him for his second sack now here tonight.
My man, it's been a rough night for that offensive line, and it's only getting rougher. 5 sacks now that they've given up in this contest so far. It feels like the witching hour out here, doesn't it?
Okay, stupid question. What's the witching hour?
Yeah, the witching hour. That's when everything goes haywire late at night.
And that's incomplete. A second down pass play there, but it's incomplete.
The beauty of being able to play a zone defense when you can sit back and see the ball coming out of the quarterback's hands, guess what? Creates a lot of confusion, kind of a muddle in the middle of the field where you go make a play on the football.
Breeze now to throw. And it's caught. And he'll go down right around the 47 this time. It'll be a gain of 12, but it will also lead to 4th down.
Well, that's certainly playing down in distance very well by the defense, isn't it? Take whatever you want underneath by all means.
Damn, pin this down to
Here comes the Falcons offense. It's their first possession of the second half now. They were able to get the ball back here, didn't surrender any points. Now they'll look to add to that lead.
And how about the boost the defense gave them? Going right out on the field, shutting them down, not giving up any points, and turning the ball back over.
Hey, we're gonna make this game fair. We'll switch over.
To do their part now and show them a little respect and some gratitude by scoring some points.
And to get a little more cushion.
A good run there off right tackle in an old school NFL football. The right side of the offensive line, often known as the nasty side. The left side, usually the technical side. Kind of reminds me of the old Atlanta Falcons 2009, 2010. That's how they constructed their offensive line.
Rush coming, and he's taken down. Alex Okafor in there to drop him, and it'll be a loss of about 8.
Sometimes I watch games and wonder why they use play fakes on certain passing situations, because it's not going to fool anyone. I don't know if that was the case here, but the end result was the same. No one fooled. Quarterback was hit.
Looking downfield for Jones. And incomplete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up 3rd down.
Anytime a defense can sit back in a zone like that, it tends to create a lot of congestion in the middle of the field. Makes it very hard to slot one in.
Looked like I-4 at rush hour in your hometown of Orlando, Florida. An absolute mess. Wide open receiver complete. And down at the 25. It's a 15-yard pickup, but it'll lead to a 4th down.
One of the advantages of zone defense, as I remember it, is being able to see the play develop in front of you. One of the disadvantages, when they find those levels where they can hit you with it. Sometimes behind the corner and in front of the safety, it makes it tough to defend.
That's going to go in the books as a 55-yard punt. Well done. And the Saints will take over with a 1st down and 10. So Breeze going to lead the Saints up here, 1st and 10 at their own 23. From the gun, it's Breeze. He's got a man open. It's Cameron Meredith. And he gets this one just shy of the 40. They'll mark him down at the 39. That's a good way to start the drive. 17 yards and a first down. Here's Breeze to throw. He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out. Incomplete. Well, Week 12 in the NFL, also Thanksgiving week, and 3 games on Thanksgiving. We know about Chicago and Detroit, Washington, and Dallas. Don't forget about the third and final game on Turkey Day, just as the early Black Friday shoppers are lining up. Atlanta and New Orleans.
And those Black Friday shoppers will be throwing serious elbows about the time this bad boy kicks off. Now, think about this weekend, or think about this Thanksgiving. It has the feel of a college rivalry weekend, doesn't it? Every game, intense rivalry. Chicago, Detroit, Washington, Dallas, and now this one, Atlanta, New Orleans. These two don't like each other very much. A huge
what the hell was that?
South. Can't wait to watch this one. Matt Ryan, Drew Brees matching each other throw for throw.
This will be a 2-yard loss on the play, and that'll make it 2nd and 12.
Well, that's the big drawback to this play. Even if somehow the quarterback pitches it, he's not immune to the big hit. In this case, he kept it.
Looking for Ginn, and it's intercepted. Ricardo Allen with a pick. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
And, Brandon, this is a real nice job defensively of getting inside a quarterback's head and figuring out, okay, where's he going with the football? Because you can make an educated guess defensively. Not all the time, but sometimes. And when you're right, you've got a decent chance of coming away with the football.
Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be 2nd down.
Tough first half for him, unable to put up the numbers he's used to producing. But with a guy like him, you and I both know it just takes a couple of explosive touches for him to make an impact on this game and on the stat sheet as well.
Back to the ground, this time with Freeman. And it's been like this all night long. Nowhere to run as they stop him behind the line.
So statistically, both of these offenses having a rough time getting a running game going. But, boy, what a nice play there defensively.
Tackling him behind the line, but you're right. You look at the numbers. Neither side looks on track in the ground game. The Falcons on 3rd down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 8. From the gun, it's Ryan.
Are you serious?
Down to avoid the contact. 8 yards on the pickup there, and it moves the sticks. So still backed up, but the situation not as dire now. 1st and 10 at the 14. Now Ryan going to give it to Freeman. And a very short pickup there across the 15 to the 16. A gain of 3, 2nd down.
Looks like they're establishing a pretty good pattern here because they've been very heavy in the running game on the last 4 plays.
Yeah, you took the words right out of my mouth. So far, 4 plays in this drive, all 4 on the ground. On 2nd down, Freeman. And he stopped immediately there. No gain on the play, and it's going to bring up a 3rd down.
Doubling this guy has to be a priority before moving up to the next level because the big fella, he just ate that one alive, just stuffed it. In fact, before the game, he was talking to us, and he's like, hey, these pants make me look fat. And we said, nah, man, you just a whole.
Back now here live in New Orleans. It's the Falcons. They've got the football. They've got the lead as we get set to start the 4th. On 3rd down, Devontae Freeman. No gain there on the play, and that's going to leave him with a 4th down. And he got off the end there very quickly to make that play.
Yeah, it was almost like the bullet train, wasn't it? I mean, just zoom. Quick, quick, quick. And what a terrific play, holding them to no gain.
And he'll be out of bounds right at the 40. Nice job bringing that one back. 14 on the return. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. So Bree's going to lead the Saints up here, 1st and 10 at the 40.
Ready. You waiting?
Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. Pressure brought in, and the Falcons get there for the sack. Vic Beasley in there to get him the 6th time they've sacked him tonight.
We've been around this league for a while, and many coaches never pull their starting quarterback, almost no matter the situation. In this case, though, I think he's
under pressure.
Really?
And down he goes again.
Let's go, baby.
Brandon, if I'm an offensive coordinator and I see an all-out rush like that, I file it away because I'm going to use their aggressiveness against them as this game goes on. I'm going to hit them with a screen soon.
Ready. We're waiting. Ready. What's up?
On 3rd and long, it's Breeze. Looking deep downfield. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete. Good coverage that time by the linebacker, Deion Jones.
This defense was definitely alert to the possibility of the deep ball, and they were more than ready for it.
They've got the lead, 4th quarter. Maybe can expect more passes like that downfield. Thomas barreling ahead. Lofting one in there. That's complete to Thomas. No reason not to try it there, and they do indeed convert on 4th.
21. 13. What's up?
Throwing on 1st down is Breeze. Flushed out right.
Oh, I thought Breeze was a little bit quicker than that. He's slow as shit, yeah.
3 yards on the scramble there. It's 2nd down.
Yeah, he only gets a few yards on 1st and 10, but he's better off doing that than throwing an incompletion or even worse, an interception.
Hey, 4 down. Ready. What's up?
Now Breeze throwing on 2nd down. And the pressure gets to Breeze as he's taken down.
I remember throughout my career hearing defensive coaches always say, guys, you got to earn the right to rush the passer. Well, they put themselves in a great spot with this big lead, and they know they've got to throw the ball.
These pass rushers have to be salivating. It is pin your ears back time indeed. Now Breeze. So they took a shot there on 3rd down, couldn't get it. Now it's 4th. Another wayward pass. You know, things started out poorly in this game, and to be frank, they just really haven't gotten much better.
And all that does is embolden a secondary. They feel good about what's going on, and they just play better and better.
Now Breeze, gotta have this one. And for a 3rd time tonight, he's intercepted. Picked up by Keanu Neal, and they will take over at the 26-yard line.
Wow.
This spot in the 4th quarter with that deficit had to throw the football. Unfortunately, there's the risk of big turnover.
And you know you're going to be throwing against nickel, dime, all sorts of exotic defenses, but you have to do it anyway. Ordinarily, you might want to run the football a little bit, try and get them out of it. But as you noted, this time of the game, this point on the clock, had to throw it.
Atlanta now coming out on the field. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of 1st downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9. You can really tell right now both sides have amped up the aggressiveness. That time the offense winning the aggression battle.
And the defense was obviously aiming for the football, maybe a little bit more so than the runner himself, and that's why he was able to break through and get the gain that he did.
Now it's Ryan. And the hit jarred it loose. It's incomplete.
That would have been a great catch, but it's real difficult to hold on to it because it was contested all the way. Would have been a great play if he'd been able to haul that one in.
On 3rd down, that's Freeman. And they work this well upfield across the 45. That's good for 21 yards and a 1st down.
Well, I don't think there's any question, Brandon, at this stage, The stop troops, the defensive guys, they've got to use their 3 timeouts here. They've got to stop them and get the ball back.
Yeah, if you're in that 2 to 3 score deficit window that they're in now, you got to get it ASAP.
Yeah, no doubt about it. Stop them, use your timeouts. Easier to move the ball on offense without timeouts than to stop them on defense without using them. Bottom line, they want to keep this clock rolling, so they'll take that one right there. They just want to keep falling forward, and they want to put the onus on the big fellas up front in order to bring this one home.
There's Coleman, and he's going to take this across the 50 and into Saints territory. 3 yards on the pickup. That's going to set up an interesting third and about 4 to go. So it's Falcon football as we welcome you back. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. Here's Ryan to throw. And the Saints pressure gets him. Brought down for a sack. And now with 1:52 to go, we get another pause of the action. A timeout here defensively. Here's Matt Bosher now as he's on to punt for Atlanta. He gets this one away, and boy, it's another boomer. Out onto the field comes New Orleans. They've lost this one. Their offense has struggled. Do they try to put together something here at the end just to take into next week?
Yeah, sometimes teams want to do that and coaches want to. I remember one time I was on a team and we were losing late in the game like this, and you knew it was lost. It was over, right? And the coach called a running play and pretty much said to everyone, I want to see something executed well before we get out of here. And that was the message to the team.
Just something to build on.
Just something to build on, get it done, and maybe we can look at that and say, we'll get better as we go forward.
Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And for the 4th time tonight, it's an interception. Picked up by Keanu Neal. And a great return as he takes us up just shy of the 45. Well, Charles, he's thrown 5 picks in a game before, and right now, after that one, he's standing on number 4.
And right now, your defensive coordinator is asking the offensive coordinator, can you do anything to slow this down? Because my guys have to keep running back out on the field. So play calling may come into it a little bit, maybe run the ball a little bit more. But a lot of it depends on the scoreboard. They may have to keep throwing it.
Now we'll get a quick timeout called by New Orleans, number 2, as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play. Again, they'll run with Freeman. And he'll take this one up close to about the 45. Now the Saints will use their 3rd and final timeout as he'll get it with still 1:20 left to go in the game. The Falcons on 3rd down. They're at 50%, 4 for 8. This is 3rd and 8. Coleman. And he'll fight his way forward to about the 48-yard line. 3 yards won't be enough here as that'll bring up 4th down. Here's Matt Bosher now as he's on to punt for the 4th time tonight. And not what he was hoping for there as this will hit in the end zone for a touchback. Out onto the field comes New Orleans. They're down big here late. I don't know. You just one last drive here for pride?
Some people like to do that. I remember playing for a guy once. We were down huge, and someone said, Coach, what do you want to call? He just waved a hand like, who cares? Let's get out of here and do something some other time. But some teams like to do something at the end to feel a little bit better as they continue to move forward.
No, we tried.
Put this one behind them. After the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 20. Throwing now is Breeze. He's going to let it fly. And that's caught inside the 30. And all the way down to the 24-yard line. A big play. Breeze finding Thomas. 56 yards. On 1st and 10, here's Breeze. And it pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up 2nd down.
Brandon, at least there's one bright side to that incompletion.
What's that?
It wasn't an interception.
Wow. You're a nice guy. That was kind of savage. But correct. No pick, just incomplete that time. And incomplete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up third down. We have not seen a whole lot of wide open receivers. Everything seemingly has been contested.
And that's another nice job there to force an incompletion. They've been very cohesive, knowing each other's moves all game long, and they've been on the spot just about every time.
And they've held them in check on the scoreboard. And the kick here is good. So add 3 to the total, but they're still coming up well short. And that is how this one comes to an end. Well, Charles, it's great to win at home in the NFL. When you win on the road, it's a little extra special, isn't it?
It is, because let's face it, in most cases, you're not expected to go
That's all
on the
we
road
wrote
and win
here,
in
folks.
the National
That's
Football
all
League.
we got
it
for
just
tonight.
doesn't usually compute. So to get out there, get that done, and then head back to
Everybody
your
has a
city
good one.
with one in the victory column, oh, that's a fantastic feeling.
Definitely be live tomorrow later on. You know, we'll be playing some other games tomorrow. We'll be playing Grand Theft Auto tomorrow. So we're gonna play. Y'all have a good one. Peace out.